Welcome back, everyone. Marvel has posted 4 different Avengers Doomsday teasers, which the Russos claim are not technical teaser trailers or trailers themselves, but do point out a couple of hidden Easter eggs in the background, and a lot of people think that they have actually figured out what those particular hidden messages are that are hidden in the trailers, and some hidden scenes that Marvel has engineered to remove stuff out the way that they remove stuff from trailers that they release online. They did the exact same thing during the Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame trailers, where they released things that you didn't see in theaters to try and avoid spoilers, so we'll break it all down. If you thought it was getting crazy, this is just the beginning. We have the Super Bowl coming in a couple weeks. There'll be a bunch of big trailers coming from Marvel, DC, a bunch of other people. Of course, I will do videos for everything that they do wind up releasing. We've got our eyes on you, Marvel. They're definitely not going to do another chair watch. They'll try to do something else that's crazy. Each time they try to one-up themselves. So if you remember how crazy it got with all the cryptic teasers during Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, just expect Marvel to try and top that, if that is possible. When Marvel released this recent Avengers Doomsday trailer, the Russos released then quickly deleted this message. What you've been watching for the last 4 weeks are not teasers or trailers. They are stories. They are clues. Pay attention. Hashtag Doomsday has begun. As in, shit is going down right now. For some reason, the Russos deleted that post soon after making it, probably to purposefully drive hype by making it seem that they revealed something that they weren't supposed to and spoiled that part of the movie. Marvel releases studio-orchestrated spoilers like this all the time. It's just built into their marketing strategy now, and usually it does work pretty well. The Russos will post the weirdest things that mean very, very little, if not nothing, but everyone, me included, go crazy over it, trying to zoom in and enhance and figure out what it actually means, if anything. The very obvious meaning to their posts is that the 4 different teaser trailers are not meant to be actual traditional teaser trailers. They're just random clips that they cobbled together for advertising purposes, and we might not even see them in the movie, or if we do, they'll be dramatically different versions. And when they say they're stories, what they mean is that the clips are all meant to tell the story of each of the characters to explain where they are during the beginning of Avengers Doomsday when stuff starts actually going down. Captain America is with Peggy Carter, and enough time has gone by in the past in that alternate timeline that they're living in that his first son has been born. Thor has been taking care of his adopted daughter Love, going around the universe with her, saving people. The X-Men have just suffered a terrible loss at the hands of what seems like Dr. Doom, who's controlling the Sentinels in their universe, and the X-Mansion has just been destroyed again, R.I.P. Wouldn't be an X-Men movie if they didn't try to destroy the X-Mansion. And Shuri, M'Baku, and Namor seem like they've been monitoring the incursions, and Shuri is absolutely convinced that the MCU universe is going to be destroyed, and they just need to make their peace with it and prepare their people to join their dead ancestors in the ancestral plane, because they'll all die soon. During the trailer, she sounds like she's almost all but given up, like there's nothing we can do, the universe, the Earth is going to be destroyed, so we should all just prepare to die. Meaning that when this is taking place, the Earth is in the process of being destroyed or will be imminently, like an incursion is actually happening, which is right out of the Time Runs Out comic book, which served as the lead-up to Secret Wars. That's where the line "Doomsday is here" in the Russos' post is relevant. They don't say Doomsday is coming, they say Doomsday is here, meaning it's already started. They're also in the middle of meeting the Fantastic Four, who have recently come to the MCU from their 828 universe and will help the MCU characters try and stop the incursions and save both of their universes. Somebody call a doctor, the MCU is dying, needs to be fixed. Doctor Strange, maybe Doctor Doom, maybe they'd be the right kind of doctors for a problem like that. Speaking of which, thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video. I know I'm supposed to be invincible and post videos every day no matter what, but a couple times in the past few years, I gotten so sick that I could barely crawl to the microphone. I finally caved and decided to see a doctor, but since moving to a new part of town, it was an absolute nightmare trying to find a doctor to see based on my healthcare plan. It was almost worse than actually being sick. Figuring everything out sucked until I learned about ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click instantly to book an appointment. Whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or one of the other 150-plus specialties offered on ZocDoc, you can easily search by specialty or symptom to build the healthcare team that's right for you. ZocDoc makes it easy to book an in-network appointment with more than 150,000 providers across 50 states. ZocDoc also helps you get appointments really fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments sometimes. No need to call a doctor's office. ZocDoc lets you do everything online. So if you're like me and you usually wait till you're about to die to go see the doctor, stop waiting and go get yourself the care that you need. Go to my link here, I'll put it up on screen and down in the description below, ZocDoc.com/emergencyawesome to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/emergencyawesome. Get yourself the right kind of help, and thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this. Then the Russos' line about paying attention is what really caused people to theorycraft, like maximum zoom and enhance. In each of the trailers, when the Doomsday clock starts counting down, it glitches on the different number codes. The codes are different in each of the 4 trailers, so fans think that they've figured out what these codes actually point to, and they believe that they all point to different moments in Avengers Endgame. So during the Steve Rogers trailer, it glitches to 1E24BER 2020. People think that the 1E is a reference to Endgame, as in Avengers Endgame. Thinking this Captain America code is a reference to 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 20 seconds into Avengers Endgame, where the Ancient One tells Hulk, millions will suffer. During the Thor trailer, it says 1E17BER 2020. People believe that's a reference to 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 20 seconds into Endgame, where Loki pretends to be Captain America, mocks him by saying, coordinate search and rescue. During the X-Men trailer, it says 1E11BER 2020. People believe that's a reference to 1 hour, 11 minutes, 20 seconds into Endgame, where Rocket, pissed at Thor, asks him if he's crying while they're on their mission to Asgard to get the Mind Stone. And during the recent Black Panther Fantastic Four trailer, it says 1E4BER 2020. People think that's a reference to 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 20 seconds into Endgame, where Rocket tells Ant-Man he'll take him into space. Now, I definitely have to hand it to fans for trying to figure that out. Like, there's some good ideas, but I think there's some issues with those theories, mostly because multiple ones involve Rocket Raccoon, and reportedly his Guardians of the Galaxy team is not going to be in Avengers Doomsday, so why then use Rocket moments for a bunch of these big cryptic teasers? For example, in the X-Men trailer, wouldn't a secret code point to an X-Men relevant moment? Also, some of the moments that they seemingly point to in Avengers Endgame seem kind of arbitrary. I don't think that Rocket, for instance, is asking Thor if he's crying is meant to be connected to Deadpool's "Why was Thor crying?" moment, but I do think that they're going to pay that off in Avengers Secret Wars at some point in a different way.
Why is Thor crying? Quick, tell me.
You get the idea, though. The number glitches and codes could represent something. Post all your theories in the comments. People are probably on the right track. When you rewatch the recent Black Panther Fantastic Four trailer, you probably notice there's a lot of dead space in the frames, as if Marvel removed things digitally to avoid spoilers. Marvel has done this all the time with Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, just removing stuff from trailers or putting things that aren't supposed to be there in them just so you don't know what's actually going on to avoid spoilers. People now think that the Fantastic Four ship has been removed from this trailer because the Fantastic Four would have needed it to come to this meeting in the first place near Talocan to meet with Shuri and Namor, and people also believe that Doctor Doom himself will be here at this meeting for some reason, and he's come to the MCU on the Fantastic Four ship. One of the new leading theories is that people believe that during the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, when they spot their ship entering the MCU, that Doctor Doom is on the ship with the Fantastic Four, and at this point early in the story, he's lying to all of them about what he's doing, and he's making it seem like he's here to help all of them deal with the incursions. There are a lot of Doctor Doom theories. When we first saw that Thunderbolts post-credit scene, people thought that it was just Doctor Doom on the ship, not the Fantastic Four. So I wouldn't be surprised if Doctor Doom does show up in the MCU with the Fantastic Four characters, pretending to be everyone's ally. As you've probably seen with all their marketing, they've been mashing up a lot of the characters and showing you things, paying off long-running Easter eggs, things that we've wanted to see but they didn't do in the past, like comic book accurate X-Men in costumes that look more like the comic book versions. One of the other long-running Fox Marvel things that the movie is going to finally pay off is the Fox Marvel people trying to cross over the Fantastic Four and the X-Men teams in the same movie. Way back in the day, Fox Marvel made many attempts to cross them over before this that never wound up happening for multiple reasons, usually lawyers ruining everything, but a lot of other reasons too. Most of you might remember that there was a deleted scene from the original Fantastic Four movies where Reed Richards makes himself look like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, which would have confirmed that the Fantastic Four movies in the X-Men movies took place on the same Earth. During Deadpool 2, Ryan Reynolds was originally going to use the new reboot cast of the Fantastic Four movie, like the Fantastic movie. Deadpool would have visited Yancey Street. That only got as far as early scripts and a lot of concept work that they were doing before they decided to change the story and swap that out and incorporated the X-Force subplot. So the X-Force basically replaced the Fantastic Four in Deadpool 2.
Say that again?
And even bigger, Fox originally had the writers from X-Men First Class working on an X-Men Fantastic Four crossover movie that would have been a version of Marvel's Civil War in the X-Men universe. It would have also canonized both of those teams to the same Earth. And it would have happened after X-Men First Class. Johnny Storm would have been the Winter Soldier type of character stuck in the middle in a Scarlet Witch type of character who causes a huge accident that kills a ton of people that both of the teams fight over. Basically, Captain America Civil War before Captain America Civil War. The whole reason why it didn't happen is because around that time, Bryan Singer decided to come back and direct X-Men Days of Future Past, which was them combining the X-Men First Class movies with the original X-Men movies timeline. And Fox decided to go with that idea instead of a Civil War idea because they viewed Fantastic Four as a bigger risk, and it was a safer bet to go with a core X-Men movie and bring back their classic X-Men actors. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below, and if you spotted any Easter eggs or references that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. The really big reminder is that there are going to be a lot of Super Bowl trailers coming in the next couple weeks, so whatever winds up getting released from the big studios, of course I will do videos for all that stuff. Be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that. Everybody click here for all my different Avengers Doomsday teaser trailer videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.